Good afternoon, Mavericks. Welcome to the Bon Secours Wellness Arena for the Mauldin High School graduation ceremony for the class of 2020. Would graduates and their guests please stand and honor our candidates for graduation? Thank you. You may be seated. We are honored to have special guests at our graduation to assist with the ceremony and support our graduates. I would like to first thank our esteemed board members, Roy Chamley, Michelle Goodwin-Caldwell, Linda Leventis-Wells, Derek Lewis, and Glenda Morrison-Fair for joining us this afternoon. We're also pleased to be joined by Dr. Burke Royster, Superintendent of Greenville County Schools, who will be confirming our graduates at the conclusion of this program. We would also like to extend a thank you to the entire district leadership team and local law enforcement and so many others for making this graduation a reality. Thank you to our faculty and staff who have joined us to assist in this very unique program. It takes a strong team, and I appreciate you all. We appreciate you all. Thank you, guests who have come to support our graduates. And finally, thank you, graduates, for a job well done. You have made it, and we are all very proud of your accomplishments and perseverance during this very difficult and unique time. Now, I would like to invite NJROTC Cadet Unit Commander Charlotte Welsh to the stage. She is the daughter of Ryan and Nicole Welsh.
Please rise. Gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Please welcome our senior class president, Haley Steinmetz, to the stage. She is the daughter of Mark and Karen Steinmetz. She plans to attend Clemson University in the fall to major in political science with an emphasis on pre-law.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Haley Steinmetz, and I am your senior class president. On behalf of the class of 2020, thank you to the faculty, staff, and parents for ensuring our success throughout high school. I would also like to recognize two extremely hardworking classmates of mine, Ben Doherty and Tyler Matthews, the 2020 student body co-presidents. Well, everyone, we made it. Wise poet and philosopher Drake once said, "Started from the bottom, now we here." And indeed, we are here. When I was a freshman, I couldn't imagine a world where I wouldn't get lost in the halls on the way to third period, let alone a world where I'd be standing in front of you all at graduation. Looking back, though, I'm not sure I would have been able to imagine lots of things. For starters, our growth and success is not only a class, but as individuals. I also couldn't have imagined the outbreak of a pandemic, so I guess you could say fortune-telling isn't in the cards for me. From first impressions to first football games, our freshman year was filled with new friends and new experiences. For most of us, this year was like a 7-day free trial, and whether it was testing the waters of a club or a friend group, we slowly started to grow out of that awkward phase and began to find our place. Sophomore year, we learned to drive, which meant one thing and one thing only. There were lots of moms on Facebook telling their friends to stay off the roads for a while. During this year, we won the Spirit Stick in the Neon Pep Rally for the first time, but surely not the last. We had officially made a name for ourselves as a class. The SAT, ACT, and AP testing seemed to consume most of our junior year. This was the first year that many of us began to truly think of our futures, what we want to do, and who we want to be. For the first time in almost a decade, we raised over $100,000 during Spirit Week, and that school year ended with the biggest collaboration of universes since Disney's Wizards on Deck with Hannah Montana, Avengers Endgame. Then a year filled with last, senior year. This year, we went to our last football game, last school dance, and had our last Spirit Week. With TikTok, World War III memes, and the corona outbreak, this year truly taught us to expect the unexpected. Graduates, as we close this chapter of our lives, decorated with various accomplishments and awards, we begin to realize just how ready we are to leave our mark on the world. Each of us here today has grown into powerful individuals equipped with the tools needed to be great. With that being said, I ask that each of you do just that. Strive to be great. Whether it's teary-eyed or joyful, we can now officially say goodbye to high school. Thank you, class of 2020, for an amazing 4 years. And as always, go Mavs. The class of 2020 Salutatorian is Kavya Pachapalusu. She is the daughter of Prasad and Aruna Pachapalusu. She will be attending the University of South Carolina Honors in the fall. Everyone, please give it up for Kavya Pachapalusu.
Good evening. My name is Kavya Pachapalusu. First, I want to say congratulations to my fellow graduates, to all of the teachers, our faculty and staff, and to our families who have been and will always be our biggest cheerleaders. We thank you. And to my wonderful peers who have created the most supportive and diverse environment for me to thrive in, I thank you. Looking at all of you today, I see 565 unique stories, dreams, fears, and hopes. Despite our differences, there is one thing that unites all of us, and it's written right there on our masks. It's that we're all Mavs. These 4 letters unite us and represent the pillars of what we have learned together in high school that will propel us into our future. M stands for motivation. Now, besides being such a bop by Normani, motivation is passion. Before we begin the long journey into the future, don't be afraid to step back and explore. Discover what you, not your parents, not your peers, but what you are truly passionate about. It's been more evident than ever that life is full of uncertainties. But if we begin our pathway by pinpointing what motivates us, excites us, and challenges us to be better, we will remain resilient through life's toughest obstacles. A stands for achievement. We truly are one of the most accomplished and gifted classes to graduate from Mauldin High School. Volleyball, boys swim, and my personal favorite, girls tennis, were all region champs this year. Our band was on track to winning the Outstanding Performance Award, the state's highest award, for the 15th year in a row. This list is endless. But finally, our class has earned the most scholarship money in the history of Mauldin High School, $19 million, and it continues to grow. V stands for values, and S stands for success. Think of values as your foundation, and the structure on top as your success. You can build the tallest and most beautiful structure in the world, but without a strong base, it can topple in seconds. That being said, I want y'all to just take one moment with me and ask yourself, what do you value the most? Pick 3 things. For me, they happen to be empathy, community, and inclusiveness. With a strong foundation rooted in values, your success will never falter. To the class of 2020, wherever our paths may lead, I encourage you to remember the pillars of motivation, achievement, values, and success. Congrats once again to every single one of you. I love y'all from the bottom of my heart, and thank you for the best 4 years. The class of 2020 valedictorian is Lindsay Skidmore. She is the daughter of Ryan and Kristen Skidmore. Lindsay will attend Calhoun Honors College at Clemson University in the fall and major in biology. Please welcome my wonderful, beautiful, and intelligent friend, Lindsay Skidmore.
I want to start this off by saying congratulations to every single person wearing a cap and gown today. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Lindsay, and we went to high school together. We walked the same halls in the building across from the cow field and next to the fruit stand, and today we are walking across the same stage as graduates of Mauldin High School. We are the class of 2020, and that means that we are a lot of things. We are all strong and capable students that have endured a lot in the past few months, but we are also individuals. We are athletes, musicians, artists, readers, writers, workers, the list goes on without end. Our class is made up of so many different people, each unique and amazing in their own way, but that's not what I think of when I think of our class. What comes to mind when I think about the class of 2020 is not any of the things that make us individuals, but the one thing that unites us. Tonight I want to recognize a quality that we all share. We are human. We make mistakes and we need help. We did not get here alone. None of us did this by ourselves. Whether it was your unbelievably supportive parents who never pushed you beyond what you were capable of, your best friends since the 7th grade who never let you give up on yourself, your peppy and positive siblings who helped you enjoy the little moments, your classmates who have become the ones you rely on, or your teachers who are so much more than educators. We all needed help getting here. There's a stigma attached to needing this help, that it makes you appear weak or unintelligent, but that is so far from the truth. Admitting you need help is a necessity. It is acknowledging that you do not have all the answers. It is allowing yourself to show vulnerability in the fact that you are not perfect. It is addressing that not one person can do everything. It is strong. And I believe it is a skill that the class of 2020 has mastered. We all had our help getting here, so on behalf of the class of 2020, thank you. Thank you, parents, for believing in and supporting your graduates. Thank you, faculty, for providing us with a great education. But most of all, thank you, graduates, for guiding one another here today. I know I wouldn't be here without the help of my classmates. We have overcome many obstacles in our time in high school, but we never had to do it alone. As individuals, we have gained many different skills and become many different things through our time at Mauldin High, but some things will always unite us. We are the class of 2020, and we are beautifully imperfect.
At this time, I would like to acknowledge students from the class of 2020 who have committed to serve the United States military. Will these students please stand so we can recognize you? Thank you for your commitment to serve our country. We thank you. Now, seniors, Mauldin class of 2020, do not let the events of spring 2020 to define who you are as a person, as a senior, as a graduate, or as a maverick. Every generation has faced challenges. Yours has the potential to help humanity refocus on humanity, reconnect with families and friends, virtual at first, but then in person when appropriate. Your generation can help us all focus on unity as a country and as a world. Let's put away our differences that divide, learn to embrace our differences, and celebrate what unites. You are a part of history, not just because of COVID-19, but because you have demonstrated resilience, leadership, tenacity, compassion, and humor. You impressed our community during homecoming when the sound system crashed and burned. Literally, it caught on fire and crashed and burned. And you all led in the singing of our national anthem. You did not complain, you just stepped up, did what was asked of you, and did it with pride. That moment has left a lasting impression and possibly started a new tradition. We also won the game. Our students, that's grades 9 through 11, under your senior leadership, reached a threshold with regards to Spirit Week that'll never be forgotten. You did it with class, safety, and respect. Respect for each other, respect for your sponsors, respect for your school, and respect for your community. In order to achieve your dreams, you must be willing to embrace adversity. This adversity will lead to a decision. Do you let it make you better, or do you let it make you bitter? Collectively, the class of 2020 in your generation has chosen to have adversity help you become better. We as adults, that's all the adults in this arena and the world, can learn a lot from your resilience. I am always amazed in how you all adapt and find success no matter what is thrown in your direction. You have faced change and recovered wonderfully. You have dealt with loss and demonstrated compassion. You have faced the unknown and persevered successfully. We cannot predict the future, but we know that you all are ready for it. Thank you for allowing us to be part of your journey. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your journey. Maya Angelou once shared, if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. You all have been very positive. I would also add, celebrate. Celebrate each other and celebrate and value the time that we've had and the time that you will have in your future. Congratulations to the Mauldin class of 2020. With a lot of respect. And as always, oh, you got to do better than that. And as always, go Mavs. I know it's hard without practicing. I do realize that. Now, out of respect of all of our graduates, I ask that you hold applause until the last name is called. This will allow all guests and those participating via live stream to hear their names of their special graduate. We will have a moment of celebration at the end. I would also add that everyone is required to respect social distancing and wear masks at all times when transitioning through the arena. Students, we're about to begin the process of distributing the diplomas. You will be led by your section leaders. If you're on the floor, you will stand by row and come up to my left, your right, and Ms. Justice will pace you as the names are called. Remember to keep 6 feet between you and the person in front of you at all times. You will wear your mask in transition, but you can remove, if you choose to do so, the mask when you get to the base of the stairs. You will be handed your diploma, walk across the stage to a marked location. This is the location where you have your photograph taken with me. Remember to look at the camera so we can get that picture. After your photo, you will exit the stage to my right, your left, and return to your seat. Mask should be returned to your face to cover your nose and mouth as you're in transitioning to your seats. Please follow your leaders. If you're in the lower bowl, that means not on the floor, follow the guidelines of your section leaders. Remember to keep 6 feet away between you and the person in front of you. Do not worry. Your section leaders will guide you and tell you where to re-enter to find your seats after crossing the stage. At this time, we will begin the presentation of diplomas.
Lindsay O'Neill Skidmore. Kavia Pachupulusu. Haley Elizabeth Steinmetz. Charlotte K. Welsh. Peter Gamal Saeed Salib Abdelmessa. Samaya Abdul Malik. Delana Marie Addison. Jada Simone Atkinson. Ira Victor Alexander Akins. Chris Alman. Andrew Carter Ambrose. Lauren Lachelle Anderson. Sasha Dimitri Anderson. Isabella Alexis Andrews. Alexander Stephen Anthony. Tate Elaine Anthony. DeMarcus Lamontez Armstrong. Megan Elizabeth Arnold. Claire Elizabeth Ashburn, Lauren Elizabeth Ashmore, Isaac Bashoy Assad, Forrest James Yarborough Atterbury, Alicia Kiera Austin, Anthony Levine Edmund Austin, Connolly Stephen Austin, Miranda Nicole Austin, Samuel Alexander Austin, Edward Stephen Avery, Jennifer Elaine Bailey, Sydney Alexis Baker, Michelle Balderas, Alani Adele Baldwin, Leanna Marie Barbie, Cadence Elias Barker, Trenton Cade Bates, Anna Caroline Bierman, Chandler Foster Bierman, Richard Bruce Bierman, Caleb Boyette Belton, Taylor Jeanette Benton, Sarah Eve Berry, Taylor Beth Bimber, William Howard Bishop, Raleigh Elizabeth Bloom, Nathan Thomas Bund, Haley Page Bowick, Jack Christopher Brake, Madison Nicole Branyan, Matthew Thomas Bridges, Ethan Lawrence Brown, Jada Ashari Brown, Zachary Brian Browning, Ayana Takura Brewster, Jaden Marie Buckholtz, Scott William Bowie, Amari Kaylin Maynard Burke, Christiana Nicole Burrows, Adasia Chais Burt, Leela Nevaeh Burton, Alexandra Carol Bussum, Libby Michelle Butler. Zachary Michael Butts. Aiden Anthony Byrne. Caitlin Emily Camden Call. Cameron Biagio Carolio. Andrew Bennett Carter. Elijah Jordan Michael Kaysen. Dean Kinichero Sinta. Virginia Grace Chance. Megan Elizabeth Chandler. Justin Craig Chandley. Jacob Alexander Chapman. Taylor Christian Chapman. Grayson Anthony Chelstead. Annabelle Jane Chevallard. Kaya Sue Christie. Zachary Lee Christie. Rachel Hikari Cianciolo. Blaze Apollo Cisco. Brandon Anthony Lee Cisneros. Grace Ann Clayton. Miller Riley Clement. Kiara Renee Cody. John Richard Coffey. Leanne She Cohen. Isabella Lynn Colasanti. Matthew Blaine Coley. Alexandra Christine Colgan. Jacob Slade Collins. Kaylin Franklin Collymore. Juan Camilo Contreras. Davis Coleman Cook. David Hayden Copeland. Emily Claire Cox. Ja'Cory Markel Crimity. Antonia Belen Christini. Anna Elizabeth Criswell. Justin Kai Crocker. Alan Ramon Cruz. Darren Zachary Quadra. James Joseph Cuber. Carissa Faith Cuandis. Connor Benjamin Cummins. Alexis Kane Cummins, Camille Omari Cunningham, Chloe Nicole Cunningham, John Cusati, Isaiah Osvaldo Custodio, Silas Oscar Chapla, Abigail Catherine Daignault, Versace Dang, Izuri Lanias Daniels, Brianna Monique Denladi, McKaylee Shea Daytrees, Jaquez Bryant Davis, Sebastian Saquon Jadig Davis, Asha Naiki Dawkins, Christy Ferreira de Sousa, Ryan Joseph Deacon, Christy Ferreira de Sousa, Ryan Joseph Deacon, Nicholas Owen Dillon, Jack Edward Disbrow, Zadari Ashanti Shawela Dixon, Zamir Akaija Danquez Dixon, Kennedy Sky Dodd, Samantha Marie Dodds, Megan Moran Doherty, Elliot Blake Dominic, Benjamin Peter Doherty, Emma Michelle Douglas, Anthony Christopher Colin Downey Sims, Alexandra Elizabeth Druello, Alicia Catherine Dubose, Tylen Rodney Duck, Faith Rihanna Duff, Daniela Duque Sadariaga, London Amari Duncan. Daniela Duque Sadariaga. Nicholas Duran. Talia Salil Duran. Haley Madison Durham. Jalen Jeanette Edley. Christian Alexander Edmondson. Wyatt Andrew Eiford. Terry Joseph Ehrenberg. Addison Grace Elrod. Charles Carson English. Juan Luis Espino Loaza. Aaron Gabriel Espinoso. Yadira Alexandra Esquivel Medina. Mary Megan Eubanks. Diana Estefany Fajardo. Savannah Leanne Faulkner. Tristan Shane Vilash. Joshua Aiden Finley. Gavin James Fisher. Samuel Robert Fitzgerald. Candace Ruth Fitzpatrick. I'm sorry, Caleb Timothy Fitzpatrick. Candace Ruth Fitzpatrick. Vanessa Giovanna Florida Romero. Skylar David Ford. Sheena Nicole Folks. Jordan Anthony Franklin. Corey Jacob Frazier. Jessica Marie Freeman. Hogan Chandler Friday. Ryan Ezekiel Fritz. Braden Andrew Foltz. Gabrielle Dorothy Gagnon. John Hosey Gallagher. Leora Catherine Galler. Caroline Grace Gallman. Kimberly Nicole Galloway. Aiden Pierce Gamble. Christian Camilo Garcia Pico. Brianna Marie Gardner. Bavley George Gargas. Elias Josue Garza. Cody Gregory Gaston. Jackson Ray Gettings. Lucille Elizabeth Geisel. Nikki Gorbani McAdam. Sean James Gilbert. Jada Aaliyah Goldman. Rebecca Gonzalez. Jayo Nicholas Gonzalez Toro. Orion Alaria Nicole Goodman. Amber Akira Goolsby. Hannah Grace Gowers. Ariana Stacy Graham. Kennedy Elise Graydon. Benjamin Raphael Green. Starasia Shanae Griggs. Timothy Jalen Gresham. William Robert Griffin. Ryan James Groves. Jacob Thomas Guida. Leanna Joy Guignon. Mark Gurgis. Ashley Brooke Hill. Kamaya Shawnee Hall. Kason Pierce Hamby. Ryan James Hammond. Eileen Hahn. Nolan Taylor Haynes. Tanner Reed Harrelson. Jennifer Danielle Hardy. Austin Philip Hargraves. Douglas Allen Harmon. Erin Tamia Harrison. Jacob Ray Harry. Mason Simone Halt. Elise Katharina Haupt. Cole Bryant Hawkins. Saressa Serena Shanae Hawkins. Tyler Allen Hawley, Bailey Jade Hayes, Jaheim C. Hedgepeth, Charles Lawson Heights, Aiden James Helvey, Kanaya Laracia Henderson, Patrick Brian Henderson, Isis Ohana Hernandez Jaco, Alexis Monique Hernandez, Melanie Hernandez, Christopher Scott Hess, Jillian May Hughes, Julandis Zaire Hodge, Michael Patrick Hoffman, Anastasia Marie Howes, Armani Karina Claron Housil, Jaquez Quentin Lukel Howard, Yu Ki Wong, Alec Michael Huber, Rachel Elizabeth Hudson, Olivia Nicole Humanchuk, John Doyle Hunter, Andre Ricardo Houston, Jackson Thomas Boyd Hutsell, Heather Marie Hike, Gayton Sebastian Hyacinth, Matthew Ryan Isidro, Emma Victoria Jackson, Gavin Joel Jackson Merritt, Leah Angelique Jaquimin, Alexandria Sydney Jack, Kriya LeBray Jeter, Diavion Chardon Johnson, Joshua Kissington Johnson, Tashayla Nijay Johnson, Kaylin DeAndre Jamal Jones, Marcel DeJuan Jones, Wayne Demazier Jones, Megan Haley Joy, Joel Enrique Juarez, Shahid Kamla, Nicholas Hayes Karpinski, Hannah Boone Kelly, Brooke Summer Kelsey, Alan James Key, Nolan Richard Kidd, Ethan Brian Kirby, Tyrese Devon Kirkland, Alicia Coach, Mokitika Kaluru, Elizabeth Claudia Kuiper, Alexander Vernon Kunz, Lauren Nicole Labossinaire, Ariel Marie Lavelle, Anna Elizabeth Lawrence, Tiana Devonna Leahy, Maria Noel Leak, Cheyenne Nicole Lee, Gunnar Joseph Lenning, Kason Lance Leopold, Elizabeth Dawn Laterno, Equavius Tajon Lewis, Jack Edward Little, McKenna Joy Little, Thomas Jordan Little, Shania Rajni Loris, Colin Maxwell Lauro, Tiana Sade Lucas, Jada Dominique Lucero, Caleb Donald Lyles, Caleb Stefan Mack, Kennedy Laura Madden, Alexander Roberts McGee, Benjamin Jacob McGuire, Morgan Nicole Maldonado, Darius Isaiah Marable, Lucas Marco, Kaylin Brianna Marlowe,
Carter John Marlowe. Corey Marquez Maroney. Logan Jameson Maroney. William Flint Marshbanks. Evan McQuell Martin. Sarah Margaret Martin. Dominique Raleigh Martinez. Madeline Avery Mather. Tyler Andrew Matthews. Alicia Lissette Madison. Asia Rochelle Mattress. David Andrew Mayernick. Logan James McCall. Ashley Meezing Macaulay. Nicholas Young Ching Chow Macaulay. Brittany LaShawn McCleary. Alexandria Nicole McCullough. Leanne Elizabeth McGowan. Brianna Janae McKinney. Jesse Lynn McLaury. Jackson James McNear. Christopher Jackson McNulty. Jacob Paul Meeks. Joshua Paul Meeks in memoriam. Melissa Meneses. Madison Marie Merkel. Brianna Lawn Missionary. Brody Jameson Myers. Kolikona Mackenzie Minor. Nicholas Alicio Mondello Kianis. Nicholas Aldor Montinodi. Laura Maria Mansegura. Alex Michael Mooney. Jenna Elizabeth Moore. Robert Lee Moore. Dakota Rain Moorhead. Benito Medino. Haley Danielle Morgan. Macy Nicole Morgan. Sydney Lauren Morgan. Jackson Forrest Moran, in memoriam. Ashley Elaine Morris. Natalie Jane Morris. Aaliyah Catherine Morse. Tedrick Miles Detorian Morton. Justin Todd Mosier. Casey Nicole Mosier. Jeffrey Christian Mott. Jalen Anthony Mozingo. Kysten Elizabeth Raffi Mulkey. Andrew Landis Mulliken. Jaden Christopher Murphy. Maya Nicole Murray. Anastasia Margarita Mora Soretti. Marcello Cecilio Marceretti. Kyra Nicole Myers. Govind Nanda. Matteo Navarrete. Boden Morgan Neal. Madison Caroline Neese. Mackenzie Malie Necessary. Sakia Nashara Nashon Newton. Eric Morgan Newton. Jacob Barnes Nichols. William Downs Nichols. Natalie Marino. Aiden Thomas O'Boyle. Alexander Ocampo. Caroline Sutton Odom. Onario Hojeda Osorio. Logan Leanne Oliver. Parker Montgomery Oncox. Kylie Rose Orus. Maxine Elizabeth Ostrander. Jordan Taylor Page. Jeremiah Finn Palmer. Alexis Jade Parks. Kylie Annabelle Parks. Part Anshuman Patel. Pavin K. Patel. Anjali Lakshmi Patnam. Jalen Tyrese Patterson. Allison Dawn Pauly. Koi Wang Pham. Andrew Jackson Phillips. Robert Anthony Phillips. Rebecca Grace Pasillo. Jennifer Alice Pearson. James Matthew Pojecki. Timothy Alexander Presley. Hannah Nicole Pruitt. Jacqueline Roche Quintero. Hudson Adam Abel. Daniel Patrick Earl Norman Racine. Omar Ramirez Castello. Valentina Ramirez Zapata. Hallie Lauren Ratcliffe. Shrika Ravichandran. Carly Lynn Rains. Sullivan Heath Reams. Gagula Sai Kostava Reddy. Jake Allen Reed. Michael Anthony Reed. Lauren Francis Riffenheiser. Leighton John Renner. Johnny Pierce Richardson. Juliana Grace Ritchie. Jaden Lewis Rivera. Braylon Lakeith Robinson. Brianna Latrice Robinson. Grayson Brooks Robinson. Whit Hainsworth Robinson. Tepi Cody Rom. Nicholas Anthony Rosso. Ethan Michael Ruiz. Joshua David Rundle. Abby Danielle Ruth. Caitlin Victoria Ryan. Jason Elias Sade. Bryson Lee Satel. Daniel Salazar. Jesus Roberto Saldana Serna. Haley Mashasalan Sanders. Melanie Bryn Saunders. Jacob Philip Schaus. Logan Patrick Snyder. Joshua Corey Schumacher. Taran Tremaine Scott. Jermaine Katine Shaw. Ishika Sharma. Jetta Kayana Shaw. Wesley Robert Sheldra. Margaret Ann Shepard. Ashley Eve Siegel. Josederi Luciano Sivara Carrion. Kayla Nichelle Simon. David Vincent Skeppel. Kaylee Tiana Shutka. Jacob Addison Smith. Justin Tyler Smith. Nia Lauren Smith. Kamir Kayon Snowden. Timothy James Stage. Evan Joseph Stanislaw. Hayden Reed Stapleton. Michaela Lee Stead. Alexis Kiera Stevens. Crystal Stewart. Caleb Timothy Stone. Okay. Alexis. Who's the next one? Okay. Caleb Timothy Stone. Mark Deshaun Straw. Daniel Thomas Striffley. Maria Grace Sahonik. Stumma Nathaniel Susan. Cal David Swift. Chastity Unique Antonio Talley. Colin Reed Taylor. Lindsay Renee Taylor. Morgan Hope Taylor. Collier Edward Thorpe. Ari Aline Terterio. Zachary Garrett Thomas. Cameron Ashley Thomason. Chase William Thompson. Deasia Lynn Lene Thurman. Janias Ahijah Tench. Jennifer Torres. Lucas Woodson Fulgram Towns. Arlie Eve Trice. Caroline Emery Tucker. Michael Joseph Turner. Camilla Urea. Nicole Stephanie Uzgatigi. Rebecca Corey Vandersloot. Megan Lee Van Kirk. Perry James Van Kinberg. Vicenta Zarella. Christina Louise Varnon. Tyler Andrew Vaught. Leslie Vasquez. Denise Velasquez Hernandez. Skylar Mary Margaret Vecino. D'Angelo Vidal. Michael Angelo Vidal. Kamika Cardelia Walcott. Liza Muriel Walker. Kadeja Andrikias Washington. Stone Manning Watson. Chloe Alexandra Weber. Keshana K. Wagner. Emily Nicole Weiland. Braden Palmer Weldon. Joshua James Wellman. Gabriel Jonathan Wentworth. Justin Adam Westervelt. Dylan Patrick Westmoreland. Emma Fields Westmoreland. Ava Lucille Weston. Ashante Brianna White. Jonathan Michael White. Salima Taniqua White. Riley Elizabeth Whitesides. Angela Lakia Wiggins. Amaria Zyrese Wilkins. Ashton Nicole Will. Arjani Chantal Reneel Williams. Grayson Michael Williams. Isaiah Madison Williams. Madison Jacarla Williams. Samuel Cade Williams. Carrie Elijah Williamson. Tiana Giselle Willis. Nathan Reese Wilson. Serenity Linnea Wilson. Tori Alexandra Wilson. Tyler Stephen Wilson. Carly Maroc Waynans. Joseph Isaiah Worthland. Candasia Raquel Witt. Megan Scott Wolf. Adriana Nicole Wolfenbacher. Eliana Grace Wood. Catherine Annette Wood. Alex Jamal Wright. Joshua James Wright. Daniel Rostam Yaku. Naima Shadiman Young. Hannah Elizabeth Zaleski. Sarah Suyet Zar. Haley Alexandra Zentz.
At this time, we would also like to acknowledge the students who have earned completer status for our district. Students who earned completer status or industry certification, will you please stand? A lot of you, when you got your cords, you were asking me, what does this orange and white cord mean? I see some heads nodding. That means you are college and career ready. That means you have either earned industry certification, scored a certain score on the ASVAB, ACT, the SAT, or received college credit. In other words, you are G+. Over 400 of our students have an orange and white cord. At this time, I would like to introduce Dr. Burke Royster, Superintendent of Greenville County Schools.
Thank you, Mr. Peake. Good evening. Usually at this point in the ceremony, either I or a representative from the superintendent's office confers upon you your actual status of being a graduate. And in a minute, I will do that. we say a few things and talk about the completion and your accomplishment of receiving your diploma. But this has been, I think we all agree, a most unusual year. So it's not usual for me to share a few thoughts with you, but I want to tonight, as I've done with the other graduating classes, because of the unusual nature of what you all have been through. I fully believe that adversity reveals and tests character. And this crisis, I think we would all agree, has done that. If you open your diploma cover and look at your diploma, you'll see in the center of it at the top the seal of the great state of South Carolina. If you look closely at that seal, it's kind of small on your diploma, but if you look closely, you'll see there are two halves to it. You'll see inside the two halves there's a little bit of writing. I'm not sure it's large enough for you to see it, and if it were, you might not know what it means unless you've studied a little bit of Latin. But on one side it says, prepared in mind and resources. And on the other, it says, as I breathe, I hope. You are certainly, as evidenced by your presence here today, prepared in mind. I would also argue that those mottos very well reflect the way that you have handled this very abrupt change in your high school career. Many times we see potential in other people, but there's little to no value in unrealized potential. How you've responded to this crisis and the abrupt change to your high school life has shown and revealed that you are exercising and using that potential. Most importantly to me, it fulfills one part of that motto for me personally, and I think for the rest of us that get the opportunity to be around you. And it inspires hope in us. There are people that sometimes look at your generation with some degree of cynicism, but when I look at your generation, when I have the opportunity to meet with students on inter-high council, meet with classes of students, or talk with individual students, I come away from that not with cynicism, but inspired and filled with hope. Hope for the future, and not only a hope, but a realization that I fully believe that you will do a far better job than we, in my generation, have done. I believe that when you pass the torch to the subsequent generation, you will have left our country and our world in a much better shape than the one we're passing to you. And that gives me great hope, and I am fully confident, having seen what I have seen in each of you, that with your leadership, you can bring our country to a more full realization of its potential. So I commend you on how you have handled this very dramatic change in your lives, how you've responded to that, and what confidence that gives to each of us for the future. At this time, class of 2020, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2020, having completed all the requirements for a South Carolina State High School diploma as established by the South Carolina State Board of Education, upon the recommendation of your faculty and your principal, having completed all those requirements, by the authority vested in me by the state of South Carolina and the Board of Trustees of Greenville County Schools, I pronounce you graduates. You may move your tassels. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been asked to make one further announcement. Due to some events in the downtown area, law enforcement has recommended that all of our students, our guests, as well as employees, exit the grounds and immediately proceed directly to your vehicles when the ceremony concludes. There is no immediate danger. Law enforcement, other security personnel will be outside, but there are some things occurring in the downtown area that would help you and help them in order for you to leave more quickly than you might ordinarily do. Sorry to have to make that announcement to you, but you are completely safe. There are plenty of law enforcement personnel outside the building. And again, just a little more unusual touch, unfortunately, to your senior year. But I know you will handle that well as you have handled everything else. Thank you again, and congratulations on your graduation.
Parents, please remain seated as students are dismissed by sections. Students should look at your section leaders for assistance with dismissal. Thank you, students and parents, and have a wonderful evening and summer. Please start dismissing at this time. Students, follow your section leaders. If you're on the floor, you move out behind me. Move out behind me. Again, follow your section leaders for assistance. We hope that everyone has a wonderful evening and great summer. Congratulations again to the class of 2020. And as always, go Mavs.